Here's what everyone gets wrong about intelligence. Ask the internet for the smartest animal on Earth, and it hands you this one. The chimpanzee. 98% of our DNA. Uses tools, learns sign, looks in a mirror, and knows it's looking at itself. Case closed. Except notice what just happened. Tools, language, the mirror. Every reason you just nodded at is a list of things we do. We didn't measure how smart the chimp is, we measured how much it reminds us of us. And the second you ask what smart even means, there isn't one answer. There are at least 3 questions hiding inside that one word, and each of them crowns a different animal.
The chimp is smart.
That part's not in dispute. But watch what the ranking does with it. It takes one word, smart, and pretends it's a single thing you can rank 1 to 10. It isn't. Smart is a drawer with at least 4 completely different skills jammed inside. Tool use, memory, social cognition, problem solving. Those aren't the same ability, and they don't share a champion. Best toolmaker alive? Not a primate. Best memory? Not a primate. And underneath all 4 sits a second problem nobody admits. Every test of these was written by a human, run by a human, and graded on one hidden question. How much are you like me? That's the charge. Smartest isn't one contest. It's 4 different skills, measured by tests built for our senses, scored against a human curve. Here's the list the internet agrees on. Chimp at the top. Obviously, it's us with more hair. Then the usual runners-up. The dolphin, the elephant, the crow, the octopus, a pig, maybe an African grey parrot, if the writer had read one study. They line them up, the 10 smartest animals, and rank them. By what exactly? Nobody says. Because there's no unit. There's no IQ point you can pour into a whale and a bee and compare. So the list quietly sorts by something it will never admit to. How relatable the animal feels. The dolphin smiles. The elephant mourns. The chimp shakes your hand. The octopus, which may be the most alien intelligence on this planet, ranks below the pig, because a pig has a face we understand, and an octopus has 8 arms that taste. It's like judging a poet, a chess champion, and an architect on the same 10-point scale, and giving it to whichever one was most charming at dinner. The list never measures intelligence, it measures resemblance. So let's test this properly. Because the best toolmaker on Earth, a bird that shapes a hooked tool with a precision no chimp reliably matches, isn't the chimp. It isn't any primate. It has a brain the size of a walnut, and when you see what it makes, you'll stop calling a big brain the smart one. Evidence 1. Tool use. Meet the new Caledonian crow. In the wild, these birds already craft hooked twigs and barbed leaf tools. Shaping hooks is something the species just does. Now hand one a straight piece of garden wire, a material it has never encountered in nature, and a tube with food out of reach. A crow named Betty, in an Oxford lab, bent that wire into a hook and fished the food out. And on the precision of shaping that tool, she did something no chimp reliably does. No chimp reliably shapes a hook like this. These birds carry a favorite tool between jobs and appear to pass tool-making styles down the family line. Brain the size of a walnut, but packed with more neurons in its forebrain than a monkey twice its size. And now compare it to the animal we crowned number 1. The chimp is brilliant. It uses tools too, but on this one skill, shaping a novel hooked tool from scratch, a walnut-brained bird outbuilds the primate. So which one is smarter? Depends entirely on the test you just read. Evidence 2. Change the skill from tools to memory, and the crown jumps again. Meet Clark's nutcracker. In one autumn, a single bird buries around 30,000 pine seeds in thousands of separate caches spread across kilometers of mountainside. And through the winter that follows, under snow, months later, more than 280 days on, It recovers them from memory. Not luck, memory. Now put a human next to that. You lost your keys this morning, but here's where it gets uncomfortable for our number one primate. Run a pure memory test. Flash 9 numbers on a screen for half a second, hide them, and tap them back in order. And a young chimp named Ayumu beat the humans tested against him. Humans who'd never practiced. Give a human that same training, and they catch up, which is the whole point. The winner depends on the test conditions, not just the mind. So on memory, the champion is a bird or a chimp, depending on which memory you test. Spatial, the bird. Split-second recall, the chimp, never you. And notice, we only call the chimp's result amazing because it beat us. The bird beat us by a margin no human comes close to, and it didn't even make the
Evidence 3.
The variable no ranking survives. And this is the one that breaks the whole game. The flagship test of intelligence is the mirror test. Put a mark on an animal, show it a mirror, and if it uses the reflection to touch that mark on its own body, the textbook calls it self-aware. Great apes pass. Bottlenose dolphins pass. An elephant passed. 1 of 3 tested. A magpie appeared to, though that result is now contested. And a dog fails. Every time. So, dogs aren't self-aware? Here's the problem. The mirror test is a vision test. It was designed by a primate for whom seeing is knowing. But a dog doesn't live in a world of light. It lives in a world of smell. Change the test to match the animal. Let a dog investigate its own scent against another dog's, and it tells them apart instantly. It always could. The visual mirror was never testing its mind. It was testing an eye the dog doesn't live by. The test is so shaky that even a fish reportedly passed it, and that claim is fiercely disputed. Now look back at every result we just ran. We didn't find the smartest animals. We found the animals that passed the tests a human would design. The mirror was never pointed at them. It was pointed at us.
Verdict.
Best toolmaker, a crow with a walnut brain. Best spatial memory, a bird that outremembers every human alive. Best split-second recall, a chimp who beat the people testing him. Best at reading a social world, maybe the chimp, maybe the dolphin, maybe the elephant, depending on which test you trust. Same word, 4 champions, none of them the smartest animal, because that animal doesn't exist. Smartest isn't one number, it's the skill you pick, times the test you run, times the yardstick you grade against. Tool use, or memory, or social, or problem solving. A test built for eyes, or ears, or a nose. Scored in the wild, or scored on how much it looks like a person. Change any one, and the genius changes with it. Same trick as the size case, same trick as the speed case before it. But this time the headline did something worse than pick one measurement. It picked us as the measurement, and then acted surprised that the winner looked for...
And here's the part the ranking will never admit.
We didn't put the chimp at number 1 because it's the smartest. We put it there because it's the most like us. And that's the one thing we're actually able to measure. The octopus might be the strangest, most independent intelligence on Earth. 500 million neurons, 2/3 of them in its arms. A body that thinks with its skin. And it ranks low. Not because it's dim, but because it's so unlike us, we don't even have a test that fits it. We didn't build a ladder of intelligence. We built a mirror and ranked every animal by how much of ourselves we could see in it. The smartest thing in the room might be the one we can't recognize at all. So, next time you see the 10 smartest animals, ask the 3 questions that actually decide it. Smart at what, tested how, and measured against whom? Tool use, memory, social, or problem solving? A test built for eyes or a nose? Scored in the wild or scored on how human it looks? Pick your answers and the ranking rewrites itself, and the chimp usually falls off the top. Respect the data, not the headline. Comments are open. Tell me which smartest they sold you. I'll check the test. Next case, the deadliest animal. Not the most venomous, we did that one. The deadliest. The one that actually kills the most humans. And it is not a shark, a snake, or anything with teeth. And deadliest is going to have the exact same problem.